Hey, it's Faith Talk Live. I'm Rick Probst.
And I'm Dan Radcliffe.
Well, from time to time, we get to talk to our manager of Faith Talk Atlanta, also known as the original Beard, Adam Asher. Right there. Adam, how are you?
I'm doing great, guys. Great to see you. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas to you. And you're looking very, very professional in front of your black screen and the nice microphone and everything.
The way I look at it, I just try to minimize the complications.
Well, you've done that.
Well, it's good to have you. From time to time, we have you on the show. We just want the viewers, those watching on Facebook, those on YouTube, and also listening on the radio, just to kind of get, the pulse of what's going on at Faith Talk Atlanta. We have a clear-cut vision. You know, we get to link up with national ministries, local ministries to touch the city of Atlanta for Jesus Christ, but also nationally, those national teaching ministries touch so many lives. Let's talk about now 2020. You mentioned, I think the last time, we were in the pandemic as we are now, and you really gave some encouraging words. I just want to catch up with you. How have we done as a team here in Atlanta? Just talk about that, our connection with, the local ministries and the national ones.
Well, guys, first of all, Merry Christmas to you guys and everybody watching. I think we've done really well. But I'm going to give you guys most of the credit for that. You've been so faithful to reach out to our guys here in the Atlanta area, to our ministry partners around the U.S., all these great ministries, and you've really been so supportive of them. I'm very proud of what you've done. I'm proud of what Faith Talk has done here in the Atlanta area for those ministries. We're kind of the connection between the Atlanta audience and those national ministries that are doing such great work, and to be able to partner with them and be that connection is a wonderful thing. But again, just to say thank you to both of you for what you've done for Faith Talk this year with Faith Talk Live. You've both been very innovative, right? Let's go back to the beginning of the year. The way that you guys handled this program, Faith Talk Live, was different in January than it is now in December. But my kudos to you and my appreciation for the way that you've adapted and done so in such a remarkable way.
Talking about how at Faith Talk Atlanta, we've just seen a big change kind of in how we do things, not only Faith Talk Live, but just in adding a video component. We produced a kind of a TV show this year with the Christmas show that we did. Talk about how that's kind of changed and how you see that evolving over the next year or so.
Well, we're in the same boat that everybody is in. The world has changed, and it was already changing, but it is changing more rapidly. In 2020 proved or sort of forced us to face change quicker maybe than we would have liked.
Right.
But because of the restrictions and because of the limitations, I guess, that we've had as a culture, we found ourselves, all of us, doing things digitally, using video more often, and connecting with people in ways that existed before, but we just didn't do it quite as frequently. I mean, here we are, we're doing a radio interview, and we are using technology over the internet to be able to communicate to do the radio side, but then also to connect with our followers on Facebook and so forth. So yeah, we took that really to the next level. We did here for the Christmas season, we were very proud of a program that we pulled together, partnering with ministries around Atlanta. Several great ministries all partnered with us, and we put together a program called Season of Hope. Mm-hmm. And you guys were involved in that, as were our friends over at our sister station, Kevin and Taylor, as well, from 104.7 The Fish. And the concept behind that was to do a Christmas program, to do something fun as a family, even though we know that we wouldn't be able to share it in person with a traditional type event. So we pulled it together. We had a video event, a virtual event, but the theme of it was that this is a season of hope. And that was important because I think there's so much discouragement right now. There's so much division right now in our nation. And it's very important to circle back and remember that we have reasons to be united, and we have reasons to be hopeful. And this is a season of hope because of what the Lord Jesus Christ did for us. And this is the time of year we honor when he came to this world as a baby. So anyway, not to get to preaching here, but it was a fun event that we created, and it's still available. You can stream it by going to faithtalkatlanta.com.
Adam, I only wish you could have seen the size of the cue cards that Rick had when we were recording that at the station. They were massive cue cards.
Right. Well, you know what? Whatever it takes. And I could criticize him, but I find myself doing the same thing. The words need to get larger and larger, right, to be able to see them. And I won't throw stones.
Yeah, I got you.
They were huge.
They were huge.
Yeah.
Huge.
Yeah. That was fun. And that was, this whole deal. And we appreciate, because not only are you our friend, but you're also our manager, your executive producer, and you allowed us to stretch. It's something actually that we've wanted to do for some time. We just didn't know how to do it. But I guess the pandemic forced us to make a decision. Do we do the things the way we used to do it, or do we stretch it and see what happens? And I just think, I use the word fortunately, but it's not fortune, that we were able to be, all of us as a team, not just Dan and I, but success, Morgan and the video guys, and just, even the folks that count the paper clips, all of us have had to stretch, and we've had the ability to, do that. And we appreciate that. We do want to ask you in just a second, maybe some traditions, your favorite. We've been asking every guest your favorite Christmas movie, Christmas song. A lot of surprising answers this year. But we'll get into yours in a second. Adam Asher here, manager at Faith Talk Atlanta, and also executive producer, as I mentioned, of Faith Talk Live. And for years, we've called him the Beard. Mm-hmm. And he is. And we appreciate all that he does for us. Let's look ahead now. We're coming to a close. And you mentioned not just the pandemic. We've discovered, division, not really discovered, but it's been there for a while, but it just kind of, raised its ugly head in our culture. Challenges. A lot of people need hope. They're in fear. Let's look ahead to 2021. Give us a word of encouragement, our viewers, our listeners, and tie that in with some of the amazing things that are going to happen at Faith Talk or at Faith Talk Atlanta in 2021. Well, like Andy Stanley coming, as well as, relationships that we have with folks like Dr. David Cooper and that kind of thing. So give us a word of encouragement, if you will.
Well, listen, 2021, right? We're looking, we know what it felt like looking at 2020. We had all this hope for 2020. We thought, how many times did people say, no, 2020, that's my year.
Yeah.
2020, great things are going to happen in 2020. And then 2020 happened, right? We look back at it, we think, oh my gosh, all the things that happened that weren't good. But in the end, the Lord is still on the throne. And it can sound, it can sound a little bit, I don't want to say cheesy, but it can sound oversimplified to say that. The Lord's still on the throne. But stop a second. If that sounds cheesy to you, if that sounds oversimplified, just stop a second and remember that nothing that happened in 2020 happened without his permission. Even the stuff that we would classify as bad, even the stuff that we're not happy about, that's fine. We're humans. We get it. But the Lord is still in charge. He still loves us. He still died for us. We're still celebrating his birth. And in 2021, we really don't know what's going to happen. I mean, I can't sit here and tell you, oh, don't worry about it. 2021 is going to be great. It's going to be awesome. We got everything under control. 2020 showed us, you can think that, but that's not necessarily the case. Mm-hmm. You don't really know what's around the corner. But the good news, the biggest, best news of all, is the same news we've always had. And that's the Lord is on the throne. He's got this. He's in charge. He's in control, and we don't need to panic. We really do have a responsibility, though, to not fear, because if we are living in fear, then we're not living in faith. Mm-hmm. So set the fear aside. Let's live in faith, and let's trust the Lord for 2021. I do think I think some of the negative things we're going to pull out of, and we're going to get into some very positive things. And I believe that. But even if not, the Lord's got it, and He loves you dearly.
Adam, wow. Let's
Good word.
that's a good word, but let's get a little unserious now,
Okay.
and let's talk about your favorite Christmas movie of all time. And of course, the big question that everybody's been talking about, is Die Hard a Christmas movie?
Well, first of all, Die Hard is a Christmas movie.
Okay. You heard it right here.
It has Christmas music in it. Um, and honestly, that's all it needs. That's all you need, apparently. But my favorite movie, you said to get unserious, but my favorite movie is It's a Wonderful Life.
Okay, yeah.
And that's always been. There's a lot of fun Christmas music, Christmas movies, and things like that, but that's a classic. And they didn't know they were making a classic when they made that movie. They did not know that it was going to be as meaningful and as significant as it is, and it's still absolutely one of the best. It's a Wonderful Life, and it reminds us year after year. Not it's the only time you watch it, right? Is in the Christmas season, I guess. But it reminds you that it is a wonderful life. God is looking out after you, and we need each other, because if you weren't around, things wouldn't be the same. If I weren't around, things wouldn't be the same. And in the sovereignty of God, here we all are sharing in each other's lives, and it's a beautiful thing. And when we get down on our luck, we get frustrated, we get down and out, we begin to feel like a failure. We don't let those things be the end, because it doesn't stop there. There's more to the story.
That's so good. Well, let's toss you another one. Your favorite Christmas song?
That one's easy. Whatever's on 104.7 The Fish.
Good answer. Good answer. Adam Asher, our manager at Faith Talk Atlanta, aka the Beard. All right, before we go, we got to go to a break. We've been talking to our guests about, of course, the Christmas movie, comedy or serious, and music, but we also like to know just behind the scene. You have an amazing family. How do you guys celebrate Christmas? Do you do the same things every year? What's your plan?
Generally, we do the same things every year. This year for Thanksgiving, backing up for Thanksgiving, we normally travel to North Carolina to spend that with my sister and her family, or actually all sides of the family go there and we celebrate there. And then Christmas, this is often at my parents' house, or not exclusively. Everybody will have their own Christmas day, but then in the days following Christmas, we'll go have Christmas after the fact, maybe the following day or something like that, with my parents in Blue Ridge, Georgia. And those things are wonderful. We love those. This year, for different reasons, everything got kind of shook up, and some of the plans changed. But I think in the process, we're finding joy in changing some of those traditions, because I think the traditions are cool. Traditions are nice, but also when you come to the point and you're just doing things because it is the tradition, it can then become work and humdrum. It's okay to switch it up, right? I mean, we're still seeing family. We've moved some of the locations, the times, the type of the meals, and obviously not everybody is able to be there for obvious reasons, but nonetheless, change is okay. Change is okay. And I know that sometimes you feel like that you've lost something when you let go of a tradition, because traditions are good. I'm a proponent of them. But, sometimes we feel like if we don't get the tradition, or, this year it was COVID, but for a lot of people, and it's not just in 2020, but for a lot of people, someone is missing this year from Christmas. Something is missing, and you're not going to get it back. So is Christmas ruined, or do you get to embrace the change and the memories and move forward in that peace and love that the season is all about? So, we've had a little bit of that this year, but we have enough of the tradition to stay connected, but we're also switching it up a little bit and finding it kind of fun.
That's awesome. Adam Asher, our manager at Faith Talk Atlanta, also known as the Beard. Adam, we appreciate you. We hope that you and your precious family have a great Christmas, and we're looking forward together as a team to 2021. Great things.
Well, thank you again. Thank you, guys. Congratulations on a great year with Faith Talk Live. And we just want to say how much we appreciate the listeners to Faith Talk Atlanta, to all the programs, all the ministries that are working hard, sharing the gospel, reaching out to people around the nation. And we get to be that part of it here in Atlanta. And it's an honor. So thank you, guys. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year. God bless. And keep up the great work.
Let's take a break. We'll be right back. I'm Rick Probst.
And I'm Dan Ratcliffe.
This is Faith Talk Live.